So yeah, the background, by the way, guys, I've always wanted to be in Red Dwarf, and so this is the closest I could get to it. So that's why I've done that.
They're all pointing to Paul.
We'll go back and do Crichton if we can get David onto Zoom. But today we're going to move on to episode 2 of series 2, which, as you will all know, is Better Than Life, which actually is a pretty important episode in many ways. Rob, you have a little surprise for us?
Yes, guys, how many of you are here? That'll do at least half.
Over 200, so...
yeah, okay. I've lost him.
Ed is sat down. Correct. Yes, I am okay. I'm just sitting down today.
We have a special guest, the one and the only...
Hey!
Nearly Normal Norman.
Captain Norm. Look at that. Yay, greetings, Norm. Norm, hi, Norm. Way, Norm. Norm.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, you're a popular boy. We don't get stuff like this.
We don't ever get, except Ed very often gets how pretty he is, but nothing else.
I do, in fairness.
Looking good at the guys.
Norman, the guys are going to want to know, they know you were ill a few weeks ago and you don't look like a man who's been recently ill. How are you feeling?
31st, when I told you the date, I checked on the papers from the hospital. It was the 31st of March I was admitted and came out on the 7th of April. So that's quite a while ago. So I was in for 7 days, and had treatment.
And how was it? Did you go into intensive care, Norm? I mean, how bad was it?
Well, quite bad. I was very confused most of the time and had no appetite. And they were giving me injections, left wrist, right wrist, everywhere. And it was weird, very weird.
You got a welcome from Canberra, Australia there, Norman. Say hi to
Louise. From Germany, from Robert. Hi guys.
Hello, thank you very much.
But how are you feeling now, Norman? You walking, you're breathing okay, you're fine?
Yeah, fine. I mean, the problem I had was a cough. I had a dry cough and confusion.
You've always been confused, Norman.
No difference.
I said to them, look, I've always been confused, so it's got a bit worse, that's all. And it's true. It's true.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold the
thing.
Ed's apparently just lost his best-looking guy.
Yes, I did. No, I wasn't going to draw that to anybody's attention. That is what it's.
But they have noticed that you're no longer red.
Yeah, it's because I'm somewhere else. So all I can say is that there's some sort of problem with the
colour correction.
Hey, Plowskeeper.
Notting Hill and not in Hertfordshire.
This rather pale, washed-out version of him is closer to the truth, guys, although even not quite that good-looking as he is at the moment. Red by, as you're now known.
Paul, I do have a lawyer, and I am ready to get it down.
All we need is lawyers. Ed, we love lawyers. Bring them on.
Got him on the other end of the phone, mate.
Mr. Red Fair Job by, as he's known.
Right, that's it.
Shall we talk about Better Than Life?
Lawyer.
Yeah, okay. We're moving to Better Than Life. The usual cuss warning. There may be cussing, and we did lose. For all of you who didn't know, we lost. We couldn't get David Ross up and connected. We're going to try and keep trying. But we're going out of order this week because we wanted. No, we're not. We're in order this week.
In order this week.
This is Series 2, Show 2, Better Than Life. And I love this episode too. I mean, this was a fantastic idea.
This episode is distinctive in the fact that this is the first time we've seriously left the studios to go out on location. And we, as you probably all know, one of the intentions was to try and find a place that looked like paradise. That turned out to be Real Beach. That's all we could afford. And I can tell you now, if somebody said to me, "Here, Real Beach, it's paradise," I would have shot them.
It's a beautiful place, Real. It's beautiful.
The beach. I'm not
going to play this video because I'm going to get up every time we're going to play it.
It was huge, the beach, wasn't it? It just went, oh my goodness.
It was not a particularly nice day.
It was a difficult day to shoot paradise in.
And where did we shoot the thing when we were on a rubbish dump somewhere? Wasn't it on another?
There's another episode. Yeah, that was.
Thanks for the memory.
Thanks for the memory. And we did shoot on a rubbish dump.
That was Chernobyl.
The rubbish was so compressed that it caught fire and it glowed underneath the ground. And I thought, this is a great location. No consideration of the fact we all be gassed or burnt to death.
Rachel Williams is blessed to be from Wales. Paul, that'd be interesting to you.
Right.
You should have come to Llandudno. Well, indeed. No, sorry, it's what Rachel was saying about Wales. He's referring to the fact that I am actually Welsh. Guys, should we start this episode?
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to talk about being Welsh.
Honestly, and if you don't do it, there'll be pencils. Okay, guys, we're about to press play. Oh, he's gone off to get his pencils now. Look at that. Oh, he's mysteriously disappeared.
I bet that Marilyn Monroe actress was cold. Someone just said.
Yeah, I'll bet she was. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna press play in 3, 2, 1, play, and there we go. We have
I'm on the brush.
Right, I can sit down now. Sorry, guys, I had to go and press my play over the other side of the room.
Okay.
So as Ed said, the big thing here is that we go outside the ship for the first time, which of course creates an entirely different dynamic and opens up so much more space. But we start off with a lovely comic scene with the game of chess, yeah, and the postbod arriving.
Yeah.
I mean, we were, as writers, because the model shots had cost so much on the first season, we couldn't really afford any proper outside broadcast shooting. So this was a real treat for us, and we thought, ooh, we can go anywhere, do anything. Basically you get 3 days in Rill, but it was exciting to us.
I mean, the usual challenge, of course, with sci-fi is where do you go to locations that don't look like a quarry?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is there isn't any.
Yes, a beautiful coastline all around Wales. I actually come from near Aberystwyth and Borth and Aberdyfi, and around there is my local beautiful beach. And in this weather, it would be lovely there.
Yeah, it's
Cold
really
and wet and windy. Well, if you'd asked me, I'd have said Aberdyfi. Or Ynyslas is the.
There you are, Norm. You're up doing the Bernie in joke. There's quite a lot of contemporary references in this one, which I found disappointing.
That was our first joke. That was a letterbox flying through the air.
Oh.
You see it just turning at the front of shot. It was actually a letterbox.
I hadn't noticed that.
What is a Bernie Inn, Rob? You need to explain what a Bernie Inn is.
Yeah, a Bernie Inn's like a harvester, a chain restaurant where you really shouldn't go.
I think they've gone now, aren't they? They don't exist anymore, do they?
I don't think they do.
We did Black Forest Gatto and Steak and Chips was the main.
They went with the golden egg.
Prawn cocktail, yeah.
Oh no, Kerry Neal's Netflix has died.
House of Pancakes, IHOP, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Norm, in this,
am I in this?
Yes, you are. You are. Don't worry, coming up. But in this episode,
important scene you got coming up.
We played a lot with the way you looked in the various series. In series 1 and 2, we pixelated you a great deal, probably rather unfairly. But in this series, we decided to unleash your full beauty onto the screen.
And look at him now. I mean, you can see why.
Yeah.
Look at that face. Worth $1 million. Look at it.
Yeah, that pixelation was horrible. I didn't like it.
I'm sorry.
Thought of that, Norman.
We thought we were being modern and futuristic.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I always said to you, I said, no, make him look like me. Really, the bloke you meet at a bus stop chatting to you,
Yes, I know. We decided not to do that, but then we gave into pressure in this series and did exactly that.
I agree with you, Claire. Ynyslas is the best beach in the world.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is I mean, I don't know how many fans know this, but initially, Norman wasn't actually in it visually. He was just a voice because we thought we'd try and do a Hal thing.
It was like 2001.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, that is crisp.
Gorgeous.
Up, Norm.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Well, you're lucky because you'd faint. He's so gorgeous.
Are you watching on your phone, Norm, or did you not bother?
On your phone.
Remember, you were going to watch the episode on YouTube on your phone.
Oh, well, you're in this now, Norm.
You're in it now, Norm. You're on.
I didn't know that.
You're telling him about the post-pod, and it's just arrived.
And the Scutters come in, they're playing cowboys.
So go back to that, Norm, about you not being in Vision initially. How did you manage to persuade Rob and Doug to get yourself into Vision? Because originally you were just an unseen voice.
Yeah, just a voice. As I said, I'd done some telly before I did this, and I just thought I'm doing telly, but I can't be seen. That's a bit weird. I just found it weird. I mean, you know, I know there's been voiceovers on just cleaning my glasses. I put too much coconut oil on my face today, and it keeps sliding down my face.
Do you use that to keep your hair under control, Norm?
Yeah, mainly for hair and skin. Yeah. Good for skin. Very good.
Now, listen, Norm, so when you were bumped up to InVision, I presume you got a significant pay rise?
I certainly did, because I was getting £265 a week for Red Dwarf. I mean, that, you know, a lot of money.
How much?
I'm sure it was even less than that. Anyway, that went up because my agent said, well, you're in visual now, this is ridiculous. Or everyone said, this is ridiculous, you should get more. And I did get more by the second series, I think.
How much?
I don't know, about 300 grand an episode. No, don't be so stupid.
But you were originally paid 260 quid an episode.
Triangular video.
That's outrageous. That's more than I was paid.
That's what Ed got per series, mate.
Oh, where the hell are you? What hell happened? Right, I am getting onto my lawyer now. Right.
You're a lawyer, Ed. I'm going to...
Hello! Levine and Levine!
They're saying coconut oil, had you run out of dog's milk?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
what we're looking at now, Norman, is the conversation between you and Gordon, the man with the awesome intellect.
Yeah, he was
this is Gordon Selkild, who was in Wrinkles with David Ross. So it's not a coincidence his name is Gordon. Oh. We pre-cast him. And in many ways, he was kind of the model for the character he played in our radio sitcom, was kind of a model for Holly in the end.
There was a very topical moment there where Gordon couldn't turn off his screen, which is something that has happened with a lot of people with Zoom when they leave. That awkward moment when you think you've left and you're just looking at the
Zoom embarrassment, I think we call it.
Zoom embarrassment, we call it. He had a session there.
That joke's been used so many times in comedy, hasn't it, since?
Yeah.
Imagine turn this off, you know, always it ends like that.
Nice gag about the first move, though, Norman.
Yeah, finish the scene. You finished the scene with a top gag there about it being the first move, and now they're going through all the mail.
Yeah.
We had a question of, did Holly ever, what was Holly's response? I think you responded, Prawny to King's Bishop 37. I think that was your move.
Yeah, something.
It was, I think.
Remember now.
Awesome.
Ed, there's a question here which I don't really understand, but talking about using a different actor in the remastered episodes, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Gordon was recast. I can't tell you why. I don't know whether it was a contractual or technical reason or whether it was an artistic one, but somebody else played that part.
So they reshot those scenes and dropped them in?
Wasn't you?
Yeah, I honestly don't, I couldn't tell you why. I think he was pretty good myself, but yeah.
Prawn takes horsey, absolutely. Prawn takes horsey, Danny. That's exactly right.
Folk that did it was as thick as could be. He was great. He was brilliant. Best actor for doing thick men ever.
Yeah, Gordon Selkild was great.
Maybe somebody could answer this. Was it rewritten? Was the dialogue the same?
Yeah, they just got someone else. It wasn't. I can't remember. Younger, and I thought, what are we doing? This, you know. And in the end,
I'd love to know who made that decision and why. That's interesting. I just love the concept of playing postal chess 300 million years into the future, and they're on their first move. It's just a funny guy.
Yeah, it's funny. It's as was the dog's milk and all those sort of jokes, and Tottenham Hotspur and all. Tottenham, that is steaming pile of whatever.
Oh, this is a great kind of porridgey scene.
Yeah, so Lister can't quite read Rimmer's father's handwriting.
Rimmer's brother's handwriting.
That his dad's dead, but he can't read it properly.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you've got a wonderful porridgey-like scene, an Odd Couple type scene, in the first episode that suddenly explodes those four walls and walks out into the real world. I think the script is very important for that reason, that in a moment we're about to go through the door and find ourselves in a different world.
Yeah.
Hiya, Evie Parsons. She's 8. She's joining us for the first time.
Well, Evie, it's lovely to have you, but we need to be on our better manners, possibly, if Evie's with us. Try and behave
Was
ourselves,
there an
Edie.
anti-Spurs joke going in there?
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, we're into a football row. Uh-oh.
No, someone wasn't a.
Oh no, keep off the football, guys.
Football row, look out.
Football and politics.
Yeah, that can cause a lot of problems. Danny Stevenson.
So this is a triumph of model work and chroma key. This is the observation tower. You see Rimmer looking mournful at the top, and there's a shot, I think, here you can see Craig making his way up there. So it's a chroma key on model. Nice angle on that. I'm not sure where we shot that bit. And then he joins him up the top.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe. We see 4-week-old Holly is watching. It's amazing to think you've already got a 4-week-old baby who was born quite a long way into these shows. So
Well, yeah.
shows you how long we've been doing it.
Yeah. Hope she stays awake this time. And she doesn't fill a nappy twice like she did last time. That's.
So, Ed, was that the only time we went up on the observation deck in your time?
I think we did go up again later on.
One more time, yeah.
We did. Because we
Howard's
liked
music, though, eh?
Yeah, Howard's music there was really terrific. It really sets the mood. Because although this is very funny dialogue, it's quite a speech full of pathos, really, from this. And again, Rob and I were discussing this earlier, there's times like this when you look back at how well they performed this and you kind of think, this was really, really good. Because at the time, obviously, you're really worried about, the line going to work? Are the shots going to work? Is this going to work? Is that going to work? Are we going to be able to cut this together? How's it looking? Is the spacing right? And all the little things you worry about. And then how good their performance is only really dawns on you.
You're so right, Ed. You know, I just say it again, and including with Norman here, the 5 of them, we were so lucky. We cast these 5 people.
We just didn't realise.
We didn't realise how good they were. To be absolutely honest with you, we didn't realise how good they were. And you look back on these episodes now, there's some brilliant acting work going on here. I love getting up on the observation deck. It takes us somewhere completely different, Ed, and just starts to open this episode.
Yeah, that was the thinking behind it. Just because we're all in this kind of prison most of the time, and it's.
I read for Rimmer, don't you?
We do, yes. Norman. We try to forget it, Norman.
And I read, and the bloke who read for Lister was that little bloke. He does a lot of Cockneys. I can't remember his name now, but he was very good actually, and he's quite little as well because it was like Craig's little, isn't he?
Don't quote him on that.
Little but powerful.
I'm trying to think who that would be, Paul. Any idea?
He's very powerful, yeah.
Lee Corns?
No, not Phil Daniels. No. Oh, God, sorry. David Jason. No. There's a lot of
David Jason. No, it wasn't David Jason.
he was. He did Cockney parts, and he was really.
Ronnie
good.
Corbett. No.
Corbett,
Bob Hoskins. No, it would have been lovely to have any of these people, but
Tom Cruise. That's it. Tom Cruise. Correct. Well done.
Ray Winston.
And Outline Revenue will. I'm just answering some questions here.
Danny Dyer. No, this was 30 years ago, guys. Eddie Large, Brad Pitt. Yeah, very good. Barnard Castle, I think, came in for it, didn't he?
Danny DeVito.
Didn't Barnard Castle come in for it?
Yes, Barnard.
Barnard Castle, he was a very good actor.
But he couldn't read the script clearly.
He couldn't because his eyesight, he had trouble with his eyesight.
I tell you, all these are great suggestions, but sadly none of them are right.
Well, I think we're losing it now, boys.
Yeah, you'll have to think, Norman, otherwise this will go on forever.
Timothy Chalamet, no, I don't think so. Norman,
Ed, you introduced me to Ronnie Corbett, do you remember?
Say again?
You introduced me to Ronnie Corbett. He was in your office. Do you remember?
Oh, right. I'm glad I did that.
Norman and it turned out he hated me because I kept swearing.
He didn't like bad language. He was a dear
Until
friend.
he actually used
it. He was a bugger for that.
He didn't like language. He really didn't. He was a lovely, lovely man.
David Wallace is asking, did the gazpacho soup scene from the end of series 1 give us more confidence in giving Lister? Yes, more than.
Now, this was a real newsreader you're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. No expense spared. We went for authenticity.
She's a real newsreader of the time, Ed. I didn't realise.
Yeah, Tina Jenkins.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she was extremely good.
Yeah.
Everything on her costume, certainly on my Amazon version, seems to be breaking up and chroma keying very badly. But I think it's a sign of the times that those shoulder pads, I think.
Oh my God.
I need to place this thing straight back 30 years.
Norman, could you see and hear the other actors they're asking, which is important because, of course, it's all to do with the timing. So just explain how you experienced the show.
Oh, you're asking me a question?
Yes, Norman, they're asking, Norman, here's the key. Norman, could you explain? They're asking, could you see and hear the other actors when you were performing?
Could I see them? Yeah, on a little screen. Yeah, I asked for a little screen and I got it.
So you saw
Norman was always normally tucked away, weren't you, Norm, behind the back of the set?
Way around the back. But the fact is, when we did the special, I was sat right at the front, and the whole audience could see me reading the altar cue and everything.
And you were very distracting, Norman, and it will never happen again.
No, I want to be there. It's at the front. It's nice.
Honestly, Norman would rather that you played Rimmer. Let's be honest. I mean, this whole thing is working slowly towards the moment when Rimmer's destroyed and Holly comes out and plays it.
I could never played Rimmer. As soon as I was reading it, I thought, I can't do this. You need to write.
I think part of the mystique, though, when we tucked you behind a set, was that nobody could see that you weren't really just ahead. You know.
Yeah.
I think the trouble, Norman, is you are innately very funny, and sticking you in front of the audience, you'd be upstaging everybody the whole time.
Well, I didn't.
That was an interesting moment where the cat actually tries to console Remy and does it badly, but
fails.
He's integrating more into the group.
He's becoming more human, isn't he, in this series? He starts to have emotions and he starts to relate to the other two guys.
And we're about to go outdoors now, and this is where there is quite a few technical, not errors, but moments that I'm not terribly proud of. We start off coming out of some smoke, which is fine. That's in the studio with a pair of, this is like a runway that we built in the studio, and they nicely went under the camera, but Lister had to duck to avoid hitting his head on the camera. This shot of a door is also in the studio, so it looks all right. And now we're on to Rill Beach.
Now we're on Rill Beach. Yeah?
Behind them in the background, you can see some trees and a field, which we haven't seen before at all. And it was dark when they went through the door. Now it's daylight in the background. But apart from that, it's flawless.
This was in the script. It said a beach in paradise.
Yeah. Now these days, of course, it would be a piece of cake to go to a grade and I'd be able to turn all of this into looking like the Caribbean in seconds. But in those days, there was no such thing as grading, so we had to go with what we got, which was this.
And there was a scene we had to cut, wasn't there, Ed? Because Danny was in a deck chair drinking this huge cocktail.
Absolutely, and it was.
He was actually shaking. We couldn't do anything.
He was shaking so much he couldn't actually get the lines out, so we had to cut it.
So when you wrote,
it's so windy that Chris's tie got blown over his shoulder, so we had to leave it like that.
When you wrote Paradise, Rob, what were you hoping in your deep recesses of your mind? Where were you hoping to be flown to shoot?
I don't know, somewhere with sunshine.
So not real.
Not real.
Actually, I bet it's very sunny and lovely in Rill today. If anybody,
the thing is, because we're from Manchester.
Yes, here comes Tony Hawks.
Because we were from Manchester,
wearing a wig.
We all went to Wales for our holidays anyway, so it wasn't exactly exotic for us.
So Norman, remind me, you're in this exterior location. Did you come to Rill with us, or did we shoot your bits separately and then drop them in?
I came to Rill.
You came to Rill.
In my contract.
See, there you go. The mastery of technology. Even though he doesn't actually appear in any of the locations, we took him to the location and shot him probably in the back of a truck, I would imagine.
In the back of the truck.
I like to keep him in the back.
I mean, if you think about it, how crazy is that? Bringing an actor all the way to Rill to sit in the back of a truck. I mean,
it's black.
You just normally wouldn't do that nowadays.
So the problem with these cars, I couldn't get some of the cars to appear on the beach. One of them was a dinky toy. I can't tell you which one. I think it was the Robin the Reliant. And we eventually managed to get this E-Type to roll off, but it was a nightmare. Magruder.
Oh, yeah.
She does this really well, actually, I thought. Yeah. She's
great, this girl. I can't remember her name, but she's really great.
I'm not quite sure what the significance of Dave Benson Phillips is, but he's obviously a very important character who got in the back of shot or was watching this being filmed. Were you aware, Ed, of the presence
He's
of...
the guy with the invisible dog, isn't he?
So no.
Apparently he's very important.
Yeah, we managed to get the car to go, thank God.
Yes, I was wondering.
Here we are, Sasha's. I'm
I
just
thought he was
to
going
show
to get
you.
stuck in the sand, Ed. Did he ever have revving and not able to move on that soft sand? I'm amazed he got it away.
I've got some pictures from Curtis Threadgold of
So
Sasha.
what we're looking at on your show, on the show, is the same place here that Rob's showing you, the location, and it looks almost exactly the same. It hasn't actually been redecorated in 30 years. Apparently, these photographs Rob's showing you, this photograph Rob's showing you, is current, is recent. So,
Seb,
if you want to relive Better Than Life, you can go there now. Well, in a few days, obviously.
Those chairs look good, look new.
Curtis Threadgold, are you there?
Curtis Threadgold.
Just looking in the chat. Okay, so when are these photos taken, man?
Rob, I can't see the chat line because you've taken over my picture.
Take that picture down.
Thank you very much.
Complaints department, isn't it? This is great as a little fish. Yours is an aquarium.
Oh, you just said hello, Curtis Threadgold.
But when did you take the
Because
picture?
it's still the same.
It's still the same, he said. So.
About 7 years ago, those pics.
Oh, well, I mean, so it hadn't changed in 20...
Now, talk to us about Magruder, Ed. Who's the actress playing
The
that?
ship's wheel is still on the wall, Seb says.
Sorry. She's very good, though. She's lovely. I wouldn't want to get her name wrong, so I'm not sure. This sequence where the cat orders live goldfish to eat, it almost borders on the distasteful. Not quite, but nearly. I was delighted with it.
So, Rob, just talk to us about the moment in the writing process between 1 and 2 when you made a decision to get out of the capsule you'd created for yourselves. That was a big decision, I presume.
Well, no, it was just the opportunity was there. And you know, this was our first self-penned TV series. So it was, you know, such an adventure to be able to go and shoot outside. So we just made the most of it, really. But we only obviously had a limited number of days we could do it, weren't there?
How many days were you on Real Beach?
We were only there 1 day.
A day.
And did the golf as well that same day.
Yeah.
And presumably the scene with all the kids, with Magruder and all the kids.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did a lot in a day. We certainly didn't stay at Real.
I know you didn't do all that in a day, Ed. Come on.
We travelled back.
And his face there is priceless when Craig's down in the Dom Perignon in one.
Yeah.
In a pint of Dom Perignon.
This is
Judy
good.
Hawkins played Magruder, Ed.
Thank you.
Judy Hawkins.
Oh yeah.
This is full on Rimmer. Not actually being able to say something funny, but pretending.
It's not a set, Danny.
But again, there's a lovely idea behind this whole storyline that even with a game about Better Than Life, where everybody goes to experience their best possible life, Rimmer experiences tragedy. I mean, it's a lovely idea.
It's a real class story. And, of course, turned into pretty much a whole novel spanning 2 novels.
I think this credit to the earlier scene, to the costume department for the aliens that I think look pretty good all sitting around and eating. And that was obviously stolen from Star Wars, to have lots of aliens sitting around and eating.
Tracy's saying Rimmer is the creator of the master of his own failure, which is so true. I mean, but not only he brings the other 2 down as well. So the other 2 are having this wonderful experience and he screws it all up.
I'm standing, by the way.
I read the first novel, but I haven't read the subsequent ones. Just being asked. The guys are saying that Better Than Life is a much darker experience in the novels, Rob. Is that right?
Because you've got much longer to explore it. I mean, to get this story basically in 20 minutes is ridiculously compact.
Moment of truth here, when Craig first hit that golf shot in a slightly unusual baseball stance, it was about the 18th go he had before he actually managed to hit the ball.
And yet
Craig hadn't really played golf before, ever.
He claimed he was a regular golfer.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
He said, oh, yeah, no, I play all the time. Pass me a
terrific gag there where Danny throws the golf club instead of the ball.
Robert, you're so right. The more he talks about his family, the more we understand why he's this twisted, fundamentally sad human being. It's a wonderful piece of psychological understanding on the part of the writers that they create this character and explain him through his own words, you know.
He hates himself.
He hates himself but so badly that even in this game, he can't resist ruining it all.
So Danny and Craig working very well together. They're doing a lot of synchronous stuff, little moves that they do together. It's just the sort of little things they do and they work together. And here comes Norman on his mobile trolley.
Yo!
No.
With a
mermaid
handkerchief on top of the trolley.
A kerchief over the top of the monitor.
Good justification for dragging you up to real, Norman, so you could be on that monitor, which
Now,
couldn't have been done any other way.
I've seen this inverted mermaid gag ripped off several times, including in the series that Craig did.
The reverse mermaid is just such a brilliant idea, isn't it? I mean, everybody envisaged it the other way around, obviously. And then
it was fun, Norm, but getting that piece of machinery to get you into the golf game, the amount of trouble we had to do with the remote control trolley that didn't work, wouldn't move properly, fell apart, but it was worth it to get you in there.
So, Andy, you're saying the Better Than Life, the second book, is insanely funny. So, given I'm not very up on the novels, which is the book I really, really have to read, guys? Of the novels, which is the one that is a must-read? Even Funny Guy, apparently.
The Omnibus
Funny
of the
Guy
first
did
two. I agree, that's the...
Which one?
The Omnibus of the first.
Oh, right, okay.
It is brilliant, all the little kids in sailors' outfits.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Where did you get all those kids from? Apparently, Ed, you reshot that because the weather was so bad on the first shoot.
Yeah, you're right. And
you have to go back on a better day.
I was so pleased with his tweed jacket.
He looked, and I love this two-shot coming up where you just see the desperation.
Help!
Bang! He's turned into a bum. Brilliant.
Somebody said, it's an interesting book, that Lister could wear anything but chooses to exactly wear whatever he always does.
Yeah, he could be dressed in the...
Now, this actor's name, I'm guessing, tell me if I'm right, gang, Ron Pember?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. We used him in Young Ones, I think, Ed. We certainly worked with him before.
Certainly worked with him in the Young Ones.
He was far too convincing a Cockney heavy for my liking.
He was, a very serious, proper actor, wasn't he? Yes, they're saying Family Guy used the reverse mermaid gag, so you started something there, boys.
Coming up is one of my favourite shots. You've all seen this, so you know what's coming up. Is that they wind up to their necks buried in sand. So we really did dig out the sand and put the 3 actors in there and Norman's trolley and stuck him in there as well.
And they were genuinely dug that deep into the sand, Ed. They were not standing in a pit, surely.
We dug it down so they could kneel, but it looked like obviously they. And then and we dug Norman's trolley halfway in there as well. And the gag I really like about this, here's a shot, is you got them up to their necks and you cut to Norman in a minute and he's also got jam smeared all over his head.
For what possible reason?
There it is.
I love the hanky on the telly. It's just lovely.
Come up to one of my favourite shots of the location. This time we did manage to get a good shot.
Was the hanky on the
angled foreshot
on the monitor? Yeah.
Was that written in, or was that a thought on set?
No, I think that's just something we jammed on the.
Do you know, that's what I love when you get out on location and everybody's, maybe an AFM or a costume person said, why don't you put a hanky over his head? I mean, I love it. A knotted hanky on his head.
Oh my God, what's that machine, Ed? There's like is it a game machine? An arcade machine? What is it?
Where are we?
We're in, in Nivello 346.
Yeah. There's a video game in there, is it? Did we put something in there to hint that we were still in the game?
Maybe.
So Molly's asking, well, what is it with you and tarantulas? They seem to be...
I don't even know that's a thing.
Source of all evil. Whenever something's horrible, it's tarantulas.
I have to say, this end shot here was inspiratory for almost every end frame I ever did on Bottom. Freeze on violence, fabulous.
So there we go, guys. Quite a distinctive episode. I mean, an episode that really rewrites the rules in so many ways. You must have been very pleased, both Rob and Ed, when you'd finished it.
Well, when did you ever get a sitcom with a story like that? Before?
No.
I know it was really fun. I have to say, it was quite tricky shooting that stuff, the exterior stuff, conscious all the time that everything's going to look a bit ordinary when it's really supposed to look very spectacular. But the story was so strong that in the end, the visuals, even if they didn't quite match up to what I wanted, really didn't matter because the story just pulled it through.
Oh, absolutely. You know, everybody knew, you know, the state of the art. And when I used to watch Blake Seven, and it was completely unconvincing, but you get lost when you're a sci-fi fan. You know, you don't get your fix often.
I think it looks, you know, I think you're beating yourself up, Ed. I think there's enough great visual gags in there.
Yeah, and you're really cutting edge with it.
Really work.
Well, thank you. Obviously, I was just fishing for that.
No, it is true, Ed. You know, I mean, I have to say it.
Jez Harrison, what inspired the use of Esperanto in Red Dwarf? We spoke about this before. It was indeed the stainless steel rat novels of, well, it was Harry Harrison in general. It was a tribute to him because he was a big Esperantinian.
Ed, you worked with Norman again later on the Ruby shows, didn't you? With some interesting effects.
Yes, we Ruby did a show for Channel 4, and Norman was the sort of floor manager / co-host. I think would be the sort of loose way of describing it. Is that right? Is that fair?
Smooth floor manager.
Yeah. And there's two favourite moments. I mean, there were many great moments in it. One of my favourite moments is that Ruby says, and now for my next guest, Emma Thompson. And Norman comes on and goes, she's not coming. And Ruby says, why? She goes, she doesn't like you.
Just hang on, do that for us now. And my next guest, coming to you now, Norman, and my next guest is Emma Thompson.
Not coming.
Why is that?
Doesn't like you.
See, he makes it funny. Do you see how he does that?
No, he did that and I didn't.
Just makes it funny. See?
That's his job, Ed, is it? It's his job. Isn't it?
Another time, we were filming in a dungeon, a sex dungeon, with a woman called Lady St. Clair, also known as Miss Whiplash, and we couldn't think how to finish the sequence in a funny way. And then
this was a real dominatrix dungeon.
Real dominatrix, yeah, real thing. I couldn't think of the best way to come up with it. And then we came up with Ruby came up with the brilliant idea that we discover Norman inside a very small cage, enjoying being locked up.
In a gimp mask. In a gimp mask, Ed, or not?
No, I was in the gimp mask. But
why were you in the gimp mask?
Because the man in the gimp mask refused to be in the gimp mask, and so
he was a genuine gimp mask guy who didn't come along.
So I had to dress up in it, and then Ruby dressed me up in the gimp mask. This is it, right up to here. She interviewed me, and then obviously left me lying there because I was tied up. I had handcuffs.
Now there are a large number of people, Ed, asking where they can see this show.
It's I think it was Don't Miss Wax, wasn't it, Norm? Yeah. Don't Miss Wax.
Don't Miss Wax.
I can't remember which episode. You just have to look it up. But it's the one with Miss Whiplash, or Lindy St. Clair, she was called.
Was it?
She had a brothel in a dungeon in
Notting Hill Gate.
In Fulham.
It was one series, wasn't it, on a Friday night when it on Channel 4?
Yeah, it was. We did more than one series, Ed, didn't we?
Yeah, two series, I think.
Yeah, did you? You went in the first series, I think, Norm. You came in the second series as floor manager.
To save it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Save it.
It was wobbling. It was wobbling, Norm.
Exactly.
So, Norm, did you try out any of the kit when you were in Miss Whiplash?
I didn't. No need for that. I know my own section.
She was actually quite famous at the time because she rented that flat from the then Chancellor of the Exchequer, Norman Lamont.
Yeah.
And so there'd been a big tabloid news story, which is why Ruby wanted to get hold of her, that Miss Whiplash ran this dungeon in a flat which was owned by Norman Lamont.
But I'm so pleased that we managed to get Norman into the brothel torture chamber. For me, a high moment of the career.
And indeed yourself into a gimp mask, Ed, pretending to be a gimp mask fanatic.
You know, you have to do things sometimes, Paul, just for the good of the show.
Well, yeah, but it's false reporting, Ed.
For the virus.
Nick Hopkins is asking me, said, Rob, Doug tweeted today that you once wrote a radio sitcom pilot for Michael Angelis called Blue Moon. We would never write anything called Blue Moon. Anyone who knows anything about Manchester United and Manchester City would go nowhere near it. It was called Blue Skies, and it had Emma Thompson in it as well. Yeah.
Except she didn't want to do it because she doesn't like you.
This is referencing, obviously, that Michael Angelis has died. I worked with him a few times. He was really, really one of the most charming men I've ever met.
He was, and so funny.
Forrest, I did do a show called Harl, Honey, I'm Home, which was about Hitler.
So you did.
And their next door neighbours, a Jewish couple who lived next door to them. It never saw the light of day. We recorded about 5 or 6 episodes for B Sky B, and when Sky bought B Sky B in the middle of recording, it was stopped immediately. And in fact, I thought all the episodes had been burned, but I was at a conference in Canada a couple of years ago, and somebody said to me, no, it's on YouTube. You can see the first episode is on YouTube. And I don't know if it still is, but if it is, have a look. It's a very strange show.
Very strange.
B Sky B wanted a show that would get them publicity, which it did, in fact, get them a lot of publicity, but not a lot of viewers because they never showed it.
Can you, for Evie's, the 8-year-old's benefit, explain what a brothel is, Paul?
A brothel is a house where people go
To get soup.
To party and enjoy themselves.
Have soup, broth.
Broth?
Broth is, yeah.
It's like a little broth.
Yeah, they sell broth.
Oh, I see.
They sell broth, a brothel, yeah.
Right.
Yes, it's like a party house.
Alphabeti soup, broth with just L's in it.
It's like a soup kitchen, yeah.
It's like a soup kitchen, yeah. Only with people in gimp masks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can we just ask at the end for everyone, because we were all very worried about you, Norm, and you are looking very well, even though you're only 23. It looks like it's taking it out of you a bit. We're not.
7, but the other way round.
What was it like? What was it like? Was it frightening when you had it? Were you worried?
Well, I was very confused, and I just took it in my stride, really. But I was confused, very confused. But confusion's always been part of me anyway. The way I talk and people say that. But
and how's it been recovering once you're out of the hospital?
Well, when I got back, I could hardly walk, and I say hardly walk. I couldn't walk very far because I'd be a bit breathless, and I had no appetite at all, and I hardly ate anything per day.
Lost some weight.
The weeks went by. I started to eat more, and I did walks every day, and I got better, and I'm pretty much back, to what I was.
You're indestructible, Norm, as the guys are saying. You are indestructible.
Well, I've been very lucky. I always think, that having that heart attack at 39, that was before I got married and had my beautiful daughters, before I did Red Dwarf. It could have been all over then. And I'm so grateful that, the way it's gone. And I'm very happy as a person. Well, I say very happy. Part of me is very happy inside. But
so have you got any tips for anyone who finds themselves with the symptoms? Well, it's scary for us. We don't.
Well, there's all sorts of symptoms. Mine was a cough, a continuing cough that I had for some time, and a bit of breathing problems, not breathing properly. And there's all sorts of things, there's the taste thing and the smell, if you can't smell anything or you can't taste any food, then you've got a problem there. You should go and get that looked at. There's lots of things, but I think this disease, I think this will, there's a lot more to go. Yeah. I don't like to bring bad news, but I've got things, there's a long way to go yet, a long way to go.
I think we don't really know the half of it yet, Norm, do we? That's the trouble.
And it really annoys me when I bumped into people and they're all arguing about where it came from. Did it come from the bats, the Chinese, or whatever? I said, forget that. Just get well. Talk about looking after yourself and being well. They'll find out where it started and what do you want to know?
At the moment, it's not the pressing issue, is it? Really,
everyone thinks they're an expert, and
where it's going, not where it's been. Yeah,
they're saying they trust you, Norm, of course, because you have an IQ of 6,000. So
they did come to me on a lot of occasions.
Are you on stage?
I suggested they took a tablespoonful of disinfectant every morning. And then, of course, Trump jumped on that, didn't he?
Picked it up from you, Norm, obviously.
That's a joke, Evie. That's not true.
That's not right.
They had to put warnings on all the stuff.
I know the Dettol company had to put out a warning. I mean, how insane.
But people will do that. There's some stupid people out there.
Okay, so Ed, do you have any advice for our homies?
Yes, I do. Some of you may have noticed that my hair is shorter. This is because I cut my own hair. Now, the way I did this is I have a beard trimmer to trim this. If you see, this has got a little bit longer. The reason that is that while I was doing all of this, it worked very successfully. You have to brush downwards along with the direction of your hair.
Yeah.
And then you don't think it's working, but hair keeps falling off and everything. And so I got down to here, and I thought, brilliant. Now I'll just trim my beard. And it got stuck. And I had to disengage it and pull it out. I broke my razor on my hair, which I should have been using for this. So my advice is, if you're going to do this, do it once.
It's a good job you weren't doing that on your groinal attachment. Can you imagine trying to get that free of it?
You're right. It was my next thing on the list.
I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know anymore.
Paul, so where do you reckon? You know, we're looking at, we're 2.5 months into this lockdown, and they are talking basically about releasing everybody simultaneously this week, as far as I can see, and it sounds like a mad idea to me.
Yeah.
Do you think they're doing the right thing? Are you?
I kind of go back to what I said 2 weeks ago, Rob. I think it's down to each individual. I do think it's down to people to use their common sense. And I don't mean in the Cummings sense of that word as a ridiculous excuse. But I think in the end, we don't know enough about this virus. I think we went into lockdown on the basis of an extraordinarily unsupportable, in my opinion, lunatic prediction from Mr. Ferguson of 500,000 deaths. I think they were panicked by the crisis at Northwick Park, and they suddenly thought that the National Health Service was going to be overwhelmed. And I think they made a bad decision. I think they know they made a bad decision. I think their problem now is they don't know how to get out of it. So I would say to you, without being silly, without tearing the pants off it, as the scientific advisor said the other day, do what you feel comfortable with, do what you feel safe with. I'm just about this second to walk up to the common at the top of my road and meet my grandson for the first time in 11 weeks. And if he comes running up to me and hugs me, I'm going to give him a hug, I have to tell you. And it's not even Monday when we're supposed to be meeting him. So I'm not saying ignore it all, but I think they don't really understand this virus.
Yeah.
I don't think they know about it. By the way, those models were based on general predictions around the world's health services that this disease had something like 3 to 4% mortality rate. If you got it, 3 to 4% of you died. The American Center for Disease Control on Thursday published the actual numbers based on the American experience, which is 0.4% of people who've got it have died. So that calculation was 90% wrong. And it's on that basis. That
this is the thing, I think, Paul. We said right from the start, one, this is a pandemic. It's never happened before. There is no such thing as an expert, because you can't be an expert in something that hasn't happened. That's like being a unicorn trainer. It's just mad. The predictions we made are based on computer models. Since the turn of the century, the British Scientific Journal has refused to publish papers based on computer modelling, because you need to get absolutely every single datum correct going in. You need to know exactly what to ask that data, and otherwise, if you get one of those little elements wrong,
well, you use one base number that's 90%
out. What comes out the other end is mathematical diarrhea.
So look,
that's what we're basing our policy on. We don't know. I'm terrified that we go out and then we get another lockdown that's even worse and even longer. I'm keeping my distance and because there's a lot of mad bastards out there. Sorry, Evie.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I'll take being the devil's advocate slightly, is that on Monday you're allowed to see 6 other people. There's a group of 6, and some of those other people can be from another household. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of not going to do any more than that, because I think if it's an excuse for everybody to get together.
So guys, yeah,
spike, I would feel bad about that. And Norm can say from experience, this isn't a pleasant disease to get.
No, it's not.
So I would really keep your distance going.
I'm not advocating going wild and tearing the pants out of it, as I say. I do think that's right, but I do think you have to use your common sense. And I do think that the government have so terrified the entire population that if we're not careful, we will never go back to work, and then we'll all die of poverty anyway. So there's got to be a point at which we start to get on the front foot with this disease. And I think that the government currently don't know how to do it. That's what I think.
Okay.
Here's an interesting fact that it was in the Private Eye. In the week, there was a TV show, and it had been cut at the last minute. And there's a very strange edit at the end of the show with two men are talking. Then you cut back to the studio, and it's like a jump. And it turns out they cut out the shaking hands at the end. That's become taboo. So I think this is changing things, and I do think, guys, if you've not seen your loved ones in 2.5 months, try and do it this week safely, because
that's a very good point, Rob, because that's one of the reasons why I'm going up to meet Archie now, because who knows by next weekend if we'll be allowed to do it. And to be very clear, Ed, if we're not allowed to do it, I won't do it. That's absolutely correct. I'm not suggesting you just bust the rules.
Okay, yeah, well, we're not a political show, but yes, did you all see SpaceX launch?
Yes.
That's thrilling. That
is, and to think that we're doing that, and look, suddenly the news has got other items in it that are not about COVID. I mean, tomorrow we're going to have horse racing. Within a couple of weeks we'll have football. You've got the SpaceX thing. We've got other things happening in the news, and I think we need that desperately.
That's an exciting development. This species has to get off this planet and out of this solar system, frankly.
Well, I think this species has to move on, and we're not going to
do. You think they're to Mars, Norm? Is that your plan?
Sorry?
Are you going to take a trip to Mars if you've got a chance?
No, I can't. I'm too busy.
Okay, guys. So listen, just a quick one. I know Rob doesn't like asking for money on this show, and we don't ask for money. But just to say that the Just Giving site is now just a couple of £100 short of the target of 2,500. We normally only ask for that on the lockdown theatre reads, but we are just 200 short of our target. So it'd be lovely if we could top that up again. If anybody feels like giving a couple of quid. Next week we are going slightly out of order. We're staying in series 2, but we're going to jump to Queeg, I think, guys. Is that right?
Yeah.
So again, we'll have a special guest with us, which we'll announce on the day, but we're delighted and very excited that we've got a guest to join us for Queeg. Norman, I just want to say a big thank you to you. It's fantastic to see you, especially after what you've been through. But a funny, funny man, Mr. Norman Lovett. Thank you, Norman.
Norman.
Norm, I wanted to ask, any particular memories with Red Dwarf that you'd like to share with the
throat now?
Hang on, Norman's just coughing in his elbow.
Sorry, I got something.
So I just wanted to ask, any memories of Red Dwarf that you want to share that you can think of that would be fun?
No, not really.
Classic Norm.
And what about some advice? I believe that you have advice about getting a haircut. I mean,
I do my own hair, and I have done for some time with a clipper thing. I've only had a beard once when I was 25. I grew a beard. I had it for a week, and I shaved it off. I said, "Well, I'm never having one of those." But I just don't like beards. But beards do. You've got a nice beard there, Ed. That's good. It's a good beard. It suits you. Well done. And a lot of blokes do have beards and look all right, but it's not for me. But cutting your hair, yeah, you've got to cut your hair, and also you haven't got to put up with talking to a barber. Sorry, that's an old-fashioned word for hairdresser. Haven't got, anything for the weekend, sir? Been anywhere nice and all that?
Been anywhere nice? Yeah, Mark.
Been anywhere nice. Where are you going for your holidays?
Where are you going for your
holidays? No fucking where. That's
Aberystwyth,
Aberystwyth. Well, you'd be lucky. You're not allowed into Wales, Norman. You couldn't have filmed in Real Beach this week, Ed.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I've got a couple of things I need to ask. Thanks to the web team, our fabulous web team, and the fan club dudes who help us, Shelley and Joe and everyone. If you saw Lockdown Theatre, Felicity Montague and Olivia, her daughter, are doing the mother-daughter manual. I'm just on chat now going to put up a link to that podcast. There you go. And I've got 2 things for you this week. Just getting the other one. Okay, 2 gifts. This is the first one. It's an Ian Foster short story that it was the second short story that turned me on to science fiction when I was 12. The first one was The Star by Arthur C. Clarke, and The Machine Stops. I quoted it to Paul the other day, and he thought I was talking about Brave New World because he hadn't read it. This is really about now, and that's a free link to
where's that, Rob? Yeah,
The Machine Stops. From me.
Got it.
So check that out. It's a fantastic story, and as soon as this started happening. I thought, oh my God, Ian Foster. And the other gift is I'm going to give you a lot of time, but you have to work for it. If you in any way use a keyboard, take a course this week to learn how to touch type, and you'll go from 20 words a minute to 40 or 50 words a minute. Very good. Alison, it's true, isn't it? I mean, it will save you about half your working life.
And you can do it online, just simply on a course online, Rob.
There are loads of free ones. Mavis Beacon's pretty good, but there's loads of free ones online. I learned from a book called Touch Typing Made Simple. I learned in 5 days, 2 hours a day.
Yes, but not everybody has the brain power to write what you write. So the speed is one thing. Think of the writing is another one.
Norman, can you touch type?
Links haven't appeared. You haven't got the...
No, I got them. They were there, Rob.
I think writing the script I've just written, I used to go into Nero's for a couple of hours and write a scene or two every day till I'd done it. And I quite like the speed I type. It's just right for the way I think, and it works. Yeah, it works.
Totally right.
Yes.
Totally right.
I don't know whether I do or not. No.
Also, it's better for your hands because you've not got the same RSI. You're exercising your fingers more. You don't have to look at a document if you're copy typing. You can look at the screen. You don't have to look at the keyboards. You make fewer mistakes. I've just doubled your working life if you do it. And next week, anyone who comes on this and has learned how to touch type, I will get you a prize.
Oh my God! You're giving prizes away now.
How can you prove it? How can you prove they can?
Well,
do
there'll be a speed test somewhere on
the chat line.
online.
Speed test on the chat line.
Guys, I have got to go because I've got to be up on the common in 5 minutes' time.
All right, have a lovely time, and guys, you know, do get out a bit if you possibly can, but stay safe. Really stay safe.
Stay
we
safe.
want you back next week for Queeg.
A Queeg. See you for Queeg. Norman, thanks again. So lovely to see you, mate.